you doing? It's me again trying to do this. Right before I press record, I was thinking about why I'm doing this. It's like I'm the person who hates phones and anything that I have to talk to someone that I can't see it. Maybe also if I can see it. And I'm here like recording this, but at the same time, I like to talk to people, and it's quite confusing how that mix up in my mind. And I do love listening to other artists talking and other people talking to me, like a recording an audio saying what their life is going, and this kind of thing. So anyway, hi, it's me again after this weird introduction. It's May 11. I'm always horrible and say this ordinal numbers of calendar, like 11th, 10th, I don't know, something like that. So it's Monday, May 11. It's super sunny outside, and I don't know how many days we've been in this lockdown already. Probably, I don't know, since March, so 2 months, 3 months, no, 2 months. Mathematics skills. Today I'm doing something different. I'm trying to record some podcast thing, just the newsletter for my patrons, and also making the video at the same time, because I'm trying to optimize this idea of what I'm doing. So if you're just listening, you should know that there is a video, and if you're watching the video, you should know there is audio, only audio. So how are you doing? I'm very late for this Patreon delivering. I keep researching the best way that I should be doing this, and I've been using this time of the quarantine and all this lockdown, to be honest, to make a lot of research and review a lot of my habits and things that I do in general, let's say this way. And of course, this is happening because I have no client work at the moment, so that helps a lot to figure out what I'm gonna do on my personal work related. Not personal life nobody wants to know, right? It's everybody's at home watching Netflix. I have a huge list, I can post it somewhere. But yeah, I've been thinking about a lot about this what I'm doing, what I want, and how to go from this, for many reasons. So I thought I could make this video or audio thing sharing a little bit of this. So how long we've been talking? Okay, so I noticed that it takes around 4 minutes of your patience to listen to me and then get to the flow where I'm calming down and I feel like less awkward to talk to you as my imaginary friend, or maybe just a ghost. I don't know. I think I talked this last time, I like to think that you're like this imaginary friend that's supportive and curious about what I'm doing, and I'm very happy to share always anything that I'm learning and how my thoughts and process work. That was one thing that when I started Patreon, was thinking about that. I would like to share how my messy process is, because most of the time you see people online on social media and they look like have everything figured out. They start, it's like they were born talking and making their own taxes and speaking 4 languages. And I always feel like I'm still struggling to get on my feet all the time, which is still happens. Sometimes I fall a lot. But you know, this what's going on, and I always miss this feeling like I want to talk to real people, to know real problems, to know like, okay, they didn't do any extra painting like Van Gogh style this weekend because they were just enjoying the sunshine outside, or they decided to sleep a little bit more because God was very exhausting week or something like that. You know, normal people. So when I started Patreon, was like this idea, and I wanted to have an excuse to dedicate my time for that. Like how I can share with people that probably don't want to know what I would like to share, but I would like to know. Like I would like to know this person, like me, who share what's going on. So that was the one idea, and it has been who knows times, who is counting, who is on track right now, who has the power. Anyway, the past months I've been trying to do this, like I think this is my 4th video or 5th, again numerals, my video number 5, I don't know, something like that. And I quite enjoy this, even though I still don't know how to edit, and my resolution is probably not great because I'm using the home internet. And but I think I think I can do this, guys. I can do this. I don't know. What do you think? Uh, Since you guys, no one is here, I can talk to myself like, wow, what do you think? It's genius, right? It's like, the best idea ever. No, it's I can do that, I think. I hope. I'm doing it. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm doing it. This is number 5, and it's on, and my computer works, and my nose is scratching. And yeah, so I like this, and I definitely want to keep doing this, hopefully with better resolution, blah, 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 something, internet, something production. But I definitely don't want to spend time editing, so it's going to be this thing. I would turn on the camera, call you an imaginary friend, probably we still can work on what I want to call you. But it's going to be this, like real talk moment, like a podcast newsletter or something. And then definitely I want to do at least once a month. But I was thinking maybe I can record the audio once a week. So yes, this is turning out as something that I'm writing a contract with you right now. But let's take this baby steps. Again, I'm not the one who was born walking and speaking language and doing taxes. I hate taxes, but I'm figuring out. So I'm making some notes about that, and I will post on my Patreon, because that's the accountability, right? It's the people who is being so supportive and having access to this, and probably the only people who is having access to this. I wanna let you know that yes, and this is gonna be public right now until May today. All these videos were just for patrons only, and I'm so glad they were there. That's like my safe group that I could share with them first and feel safe and to make mistakes and get to this conclusion that I want to do this. So from now on, this is gonna be open for everyone who ever enter on YouTube and wanna see my weird face talking about nonsense. So it's gonna be happening that. So this one is gonna be on Patreon for the first week, but at the end of the next Monday, yeah. Next Monday is gonna be on I wanna make it public on YouTube. So far it was a link that you have only access. You know, maybe, or you don't know. Doesn't matter. So that's gonna be on public. But then my newsletter, the one that you have access to the audio and links and interesting stuff, it's gonna be part of the Patreon or my website newsletter. Even though not all of them, but part of it. that's what I want to do about what I've been doing, which I'm not been doing. Is once a month. Who is doing this, right? This is one thing. The other thing is, on the past month, I've been updating my website, and every time takes forever. Takes forever. I don't know how people work on that. Like, and then I feel bad because the last time that I started updating my website was April last year. It's 1 year gap, so of course now it's a huge amount of work. It's like you, seriously. Anyway, it's doing great. It's looking okay. And I also thank to my Patreon. And one of the reasons that I started Patreon was I want to build up a courage and have some funds to start my own shop. And yeah, it's happening. It's there. I update my website on Squarespace for commerce, so now we have a shop over there. I had an Etsy shop before, but honestly, it's like I just threw some paper in the street and I hope someone pick it up. And I have no idea if someone pick it up. I mean, of course, if you buy something Etsy, I would be notified, but it's like, I didn't want to go there. It's a website that I don't use very often. I know it's amazing, and if I really like an artist, of course, I'm going to click that and buy and everything. But the whole structure behind the scenes that you don't know, you as a buyer or me, like just a fan, you just want to purchase, put in your cart, give your credit through money on the computer, and then you get it. Okay. That part is great. And honestly, by my research, every place is great. Every place you can just pick up things, throw money on the screen, wait 2 weeks, and then things magically happen in your home. So I spent some time researching and then ended up doing on my own website. So now my shop is going to be on Squarespace, which is my own website. So the only thing you need to know is what's Malu website, and this is the one, and you're going to find a shop over there. So, sounds easy, but took forever to do it, researching and this and that. And so that's the reason that I'm actually now closing my Etsy shop. Again, I keep opening and closing. And that was another decision. I feel like I try to open a shop and I really want one. Every year, I dancing around this dream about how to do it, how I'm going to do it. I know I can do it, how I'm going to happen, this and that. And I end up not doing anything. And I kind of noticed I've been using this time of lockdown to think about things that I actually use. So Etsy, I don't even know what it is. So it's my mistake on that. It's not a thing for me. So why I was pushing that? Why I keep doing things that I'm not using? So I thought, okay, if I decide that my website on this place, I have to update my portfolio, I have to do things, that's going to be. And that's the beginning of building up a brand. So thanks to Patreon money, be honest, I was able to upgrade my site for commerce version. And I'm very glad with that. And I think that's the thing that I want to continue doing. It's far from what I actually want to do it. I just have like 10 little things going on over there, like some stickers and cards that I printed last year. Stickers were some months ago that I printed as a test. And I want to print other things. And that's okay. It's just a start. I had to learn so much already just to put 20 things over there. And it's beautiful. That's the only thing that I want to say. It's like, it's far from perfect. It's like this ugly looking baby, but it's my baby and I love it already. Maybe it become a president, or maybe don't become anything, maybe an artist like me. Anyway, it's beautiful and I love it, and I want to put more love on that. And I'm sure if I put love every little month, something it's gonna grow beautifully. It's gonna be my acorn tree. It's beautiful. I have big hopes, but it's also a lot of work. So I hope, and now all this work that I have to do, it big chunk of work is I'm doing now, using this marvelous time that it's very unfortunate that we can't go out to do anything, but I also could have this time to dedicate to this. So that's one thing. It's happening. It's happening. So I want to keep my Patreon as some place that I can do get some funds to the shop, because the problem with a shop is takes a while to be sustainable. Sustainable? Yeah, let's go with this word. Because you have to buy some prints, right? You have to make some, and then blah, blah, blah. You make the artwork, so there is one time, and then you have to invest some money to produce them, and then you put on the shop, and then you have to wait for the kindness of others to buy it, and then you ship it, and then there is the time of preparing and shipping, and the time to update it. Anyway, it's a side client, speaking on freelance terms. So I have a client work, and then I'm gonna have the shop work. It's another work. And it takes a while to actually be profitable. Profitable is another word. It's better than sustainable. Profitable. So I really could use my Patreon support to help me on these first steps of creating new art for the shop. I have some ideas that, of course, can change any moment, but how to, and then use some money to do this first run of prints to be available at the shop. Also time, of course, to advertise in that. Yes, I would love to be like able to have only the shop, or mostly my income from the shop, and doing my personal work, things that I believe in on, like maybe making my own books or booklets, something not so out of the so commercial, but also very personal and unique. But and take my clients that I love. Don't take me wrong, I love my freelance arts. Bloop. Calm down. Okay, I also love my clients and the work that I do for them, like sticker books and activity books and all the professional looking commercial thing that I do it. It's always a challenge. I learn so much, and it's so fun to think that I'm in the life of thousands of people, little people. Oh, little people are so beautiful. And so that's happening, and of course they pay better, and it's not better, but you get a advanced money for this period of time that you are working on the project. So that's important as well. Shop will take a while to that happen, so I can let it go my clients all at once, and how I'm gonna work on that for now. Especially now, to be honest. Now I'm in a very crap moment financially, because the clients are gone. My cost of living in Denmark is kind of high, and yeah, not great. And my client work takes a long time to be paid, and some of them are a little bit late for reasons because all the situations going on. I have an agent, of course, is on top of it, but it happens. It happens, and now it's like, when everything happens at the same time. This is right now happening to me, like everything at the same time, and I'm basically broke. So that was another reason, like if I had this shop, but I had dedicated this time for the shop or other platforms that I could get some money going on, flowing, I would be not so bad right now, let's say this way. But not thinking about the past, let's move on from the future. So that's about the shop. So what I'm gonna change right now is like I'm gonna keep promoting using Patreon for being my main supporter for the shop. So it's a place that I can buy with the support from my patrons. I can buy some art supplies and keep printing things for my shop. And I'm gonna want to offer one of this sample product for everyone who helped me with the Patreon, with some amount, of course. So that's a plan, and I'm very excited about this. Doesn't look like my voice is a little bit because I'm very trying to put my thoughts on the train, on the ducks on the row. I don't know anything anymore. So this is happening. And I also would like to use some time, and that's what I've been wondering around this time that I've been dedicating to my website and so, and without clients. How I miss some personal projects, like just draw for drawing, whatever is it. So I would like to try more paintings, and I've been wanting to make how do you call it? Some real paintings, but not so real because I'm not a painter. I'm a drawer more than a painter. But some personal art, original things that I can sell it later or put on the walls, decorate my own house, this kind of thing. And I never have time because, of course, if you want to do something like that, it's gonna take time. Let's be honest. Nobody tell you. We all see on the speed painting thing, it looks like, oh, you can do this in 2 hours. No, you can't. It takes at least a day or two to do some A4 size painting. I mean, you might be very inspired and you do in 3 hours, but until you set up everything and have in your mind, and if an amateur like me, it's going to take even more time. So I want to make time for that and get some commitment with a collection of something. And then I might share this on the other video to not complicate this too much. So this is what's been happening in April. I've been wondering this. I've been working on my website. That's almost complete. I hope this week is going to be full operational. But if you go there right now and you click there, you're gonna see a functional website when you can see a lot of things and even try shop something. I'm not quite happy with the image that for my products right now, but I'm working on that today and tomorrow and explain a little bit more about Patreon for people who visit my website, because I really, really would like to have more supporters on Patreon, because I conclude that it's a very safe space for me to try new things. And even though I have an Instagram and I'm on social media, and also this past 2 months, I will decide to go back to Instagram and share more about my life, but it still feels like a professional portfolio. I don't feel the ultimate freedom to share, for instance, this babbling that I'm going on for now, like, oh, but Malu doesn't have a proper thought thinking, her English is horrible, and so on, so I don't know, something like that. Yes, that happens, and yes, I don't look like so cool and well dressed and so on. That's actually kind of old t-shirt now, I know it's, but trying here. I have nice earrings. Let's focus on nice things. So I'm not feel very comfortable yet to do that. It still looks like, oh, it is a portfolio or is a professional looking. I'm trying to change a little bit, and I've been more carefree to post things there and interacting with people. But I definitely feel more free on Patreon to show my background. I feel like if you're there, you are actually interested in that, and eventually I'm gonna share as well on YouTube. Like, for instance, if you're watching now, you're not my Patreon, But then you can start knowing that here is a place that I also share homemade production things. So this is not a great video. The lights are not great. I'm home, so everybody be patient. The studio is going to be at least more interesting. But yeah, I want to keep Patreon alive because I feel like I had this safe space that I could try and fail among nice, cool, supportive people. Like they are okay with me failing. I think that's the main lesson this month that I've been thinking about. And it's about vulnerability, but it's about how much you can fail in when you're exposing yourself, how many strikes people give to you. So if you post a bad drawing today on Instagram because you're not feeling it, and then tomorrow I post again another bad doodle thing, like childish, clearly not a professional look, finished, done, published thing, and then I publish how many until I lose my followers, or people just feel like, oh, this artist is going downhill, I'm not gonna hire her, and then it's basically just you having a bad day. And what happens to me is like I don't want to do that. I wish people don't think like that. I wish everyone could see everything on the way, like, okay, this is a crap day and this is a crap drawing, and it is what it is. I want to get there. I'm not there yet. I'm trying sometimes to just post some old things that's not my style anymore, in a way, like I kind of evolved it, but I still like it. And I do that, and I honestly don't know how many people can notice. And since everybody has 3 seconds span of attention, maybe they didn't notice at all, even that was me or something. So yeah, it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be a process like the YouTube video, like now, that I decide like, okay, this is video number 5, 4, who is counting? And it's gonna be open. It doesn't need to be a supporter on Patreon to have this, but it's definitely thanks to who was there and gave me this motivation of, what if I start some videos, even if I'm the kind of person who doesn't like to edit videos or make something, I could just open the screen, like open my MacBook and start talking, and it is what it is for, holy cow, it's half an hour. We've been talking for half an hour. Who would say, huh? My first 4 minutes is like, oh, I don't know, hi, hello, very shy. I know. Maybe it's the miracle of coffee. And I definitely don't want to deal with sponsors and stuff. So if I can just keep it real, keep it low key, what's going on. Eventually, maybe I can learn how to put some things together, some drawings live, and I could use some recording of my backstage thing, but I didn't figure out this, and hopefully when we come back to studio I have a better idea of doing that. Also, I don't have a good camera, and as an old person, my phone is always full of pictures of people send me things, and I keep uploading to the cloud, but I don't trust the cloud. It's a whole another conversation. But yeah, it's going on. And this is gonna be on YouTube for everyone. So if you're watching this video, not listening to the recording, that's on the other face. I'm recording here. That's why you see 2 things if you're seeing. This is me, very tired, looking at 11 a.m. A little bored with all this website work, but I'm very proud of the results so far, and can't wait to come back to create new things, and also feeling good about this being on YouTube, even if it's kind of homemade feeling, and probably these shadows are horrible here on the back. not the YouTube favorite kind of video because they want, the whole produced one. But that's me, real me here. I think that's okay. Let's go for that step. It's gonna be open YouTube video. And yeah, that's it. I spent most of April inside home. I have asthma and I was at the beginning on the high level risk of corona contagious thing. So I spent very long time at home. I had some personal information. I have anxiety. It gives me anxiety to admit that I have anxiety. So that's the level of it. And I've been dealing with okay on this whole situation and money-wise. So I had some up and downs. Some weeks, 2 weeks ago was very down for me. And others were great and so more productive. And I guess we all been there, right? That's the idea. We all been this up and down and doing our best. Some days my best is just make coffee and sit and watch some Netflix while I'm trying to think the best way to organize my website. He also kept the website kept okay, it's not gonna happen. Kept me sane. Yeah, the kept, yeah. It kept me sane, so I was very grateful with this side activity. And it's gonna end, but now I have other projects in hand to do with. I also discovered stop motion in a very childish way, which I want to make for my shop products, because just taking pictures with a non-professional camera was already a bummer. I said, I don't want to do this. It's going to look horrible. And then I felt, what if I do some stop motion? Because even if it's not great, it's still fun. That's a good mantra. Even if it's not great, it's still fun. So yeah, that was it. I'm getting fat. I look tired every day, even though like I have enough sleep and I basically don't get out. But I feel like my skin is just confused. That's how it is, confused skin. Is that a thing? Yeah. So it doesn't look great, but I think we're all this. Next week, I guess, I don't know how I didn't mention this. In 16 days is my birthday. Yay! I also got a little bit upset because like we are in this shutdown thing, and then I said, but it's my birthday. I want to see people. I want to get hugged. I want to get kissed. How is gonna happen? So, but yeah, apparently here in Denmark, we are opening the restaurants and shops this week, and mostly some of them and more next week. So I hope at the end of the month at least I will be able to do some sort of picnic outside or bake a cake and actually be able to share without people think they're gonna die or something. Would be great. So I can't wait for that. And yeah, it's happening. My birthday is happening. And I might back to studio by then. I don't know yet how it's gonna happen in the studio, but I hope by next week or 2 weeks from now, I might make a new video just to say welcome to my studio, because I will be so excited about it. Has been great working from home, but I do miss my feeling of having a studio and feel like I'm an artist again. Like I go to the studio and I see people and I sit there and I have these 2 desks. That's so great, and I can't wait to set up for something big, like some nice personal projects. and maybe set up a camera to make some progress, and then I could also share. So that's it for now. It's May. It's the best month of the year because it's my birthday, and maybe we experience spring like me right now. It's so beautiful and so green outside. It's so sunny. Or maybe it's autumn for you. I was born in Brazil, so it was autumn season over there, and it was also my favorite season because we don't have much of winter in Brazil. It's cold, but autumn is this midterm that people start feeling like, no, there is some wind, I could use some coat, and I could start using some tights and colorful things. It was kind of nice. Here is the other feeling, like I can start just not wearing much clothes, and it's also fun. I'm learning. I used to like the idea of it's the first time that I can put some coats on, and now it's the first time that I can take coats off. So enjoy May a little bit. It's gonna be a beautiful month. I can feel it. I know we are all locked down at home, and I hope you all been safe and take care of yourself and feeling okay. If you had a hard time with, maybe you got sick, someone in your family got sick, I don't think too much about it because I get very emotional and sad just thinking about, so that's why I avoid it a little bit. But I hope you know that everything is gonna be okay. Yes, I truly believe in that. And I hope you have some cuteness around every now and then to remind you that I have some bunnies. I hope you have some bunny to cheer you up when you need it. That's it. Let's make this again. Let's meet again next month. Hopefully on the first week of the month. And not this one that I make on the second week, but let's make on the first week of the month in June. Maybe I can share some pictures of my birthday. I can tell all about the cake that I'm gonna make it. Probably it's gonna be a strawberry cake. Yes, it's gonna be that. That's it. See you next month. Bye. And we are learning how to say goodbye.